Hey guys, it's Tired Mama here, and I wanted to bring you another recipe. One of the things that you guys had asked on Instagram was that I send more recipes your way that are fast and family friendly. So that's what I'm going to do today. Today we're going to do something called, we call it chicken casserole. Super easy and simple. It takes 2 boxes of Betty Crocker home-style stuffing, and you can use any flavor. I happen to have one cornbread flavor and one chicken flavor. What you want to make sure of is that you don't use turkey flavoring unless you specifically like celery flavor, okay? Where I live, you don't put celery mix in dressing, but it takes 1 can of cream mushroom soup, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can of sweet corn, whole kernel sweet corn. Then it takes some milk, whole milk, 2% skim milk, whichever you prefer. A little salt, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so we're going to start off with super clean hands. And this is what I call a 1 bowl and done recipe. So you're going to put both boxes of stuffing mix. Now, they both call for 1.5 cups of water. But don't put quite so much water in them. You're actually going to want to cut that about in half. Okay, so it says 1.5 cups of water per box. So that would equal 3 cups. Well, because you're using the 2 cans, you don't want to add quite that much. So we're going to do 1 cup of water and a cup of milk. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk, and just pour that on top. You're also going to add your cream of mushroom. I just shake it out like that. And your cream of chicken. Yummy. Now, next thing that we're going to add and I completely forgot to mention this, but you're going to use 2 cans of chicken. Now, there's lots of companies who do this chicken. Whichever company you like, but you're going to take it and you need to drain it. You do not want all of the water. Always get the chicken that's been in water, but you don't want the water in your casserole. Okay? And if you don't want canned chicken, you can use fresh chicken if you want to cook it, but cook it before you cook the casserole. Okay. So you also want to rinse and drain your corn. You should be rinsing any kind of vegetable that comes out of any package before you eat it, except for the steamable packages. But like the cans of stuff, rinse that stuff, y'all. So I just rinse it really good, and I use this time to scrunch up my chicken, you know, because it kind of comes in big chunks. But with just kind of a mash of your hand, it's like shredded chicken. So I'm just shaking it out a little bit. You can see here what it kind of looks like. and you can see this chicken just kind of shreds apart. And I have done this with like chicken breast. Like I said, make sure that you cook it before it goes in this casserole, because it doesn't take long for this to cook. There's no eggs in it. In reality, you can eat it just as it is. So you don't want to be trying to cook chicken in that, or it's going to come out too dry. So we're going to take this, we're going to mix it in here. All right. Salt and pepper, really to taste. We like the pink Himalayan salt. I do not cook with a lot of salt. Everyone just kind of salts their food as they like it. Alright, so the last thing that we're going to do is probably the part that most people don't want to do. But I have found that it is absolutely best to mix this with your hands. So, here's what it looks like. And the best thing to do, we're going to wash our hands good. All right, so we're going to wash our hands good. We've done that. We're going to take, and we're just going to mix this up with our hands. Now, if you feel it's too dry, keep your milk out, because adding a little bit of milk here is not a big deal. You want it to be wet but not soupy. And all I'm doing is just making sure everything's mixed in here real good. You don't want to leave a big area of dressing. Just mix it all in there, or stuffing, however you want to call it. So mixing it by hand is the easiest way. This is all mixed up. I don't feel any more super dry spots. It's not soupy. Next up, I've already used my hand, so I'm just going to finish up with it. Ungreased pan, and just pour everything out onto your pan. Okay? I'm going to spread it out. All right. Now, this is the final product. We're going to take it and put it, we're going to take this, we're going to put it in the stove. It only takes about 15 or 20 minutes, and it's done. Okay? So I'll put it in there now. Uncovered, and it'll be in there on about 350. Okay? And I'll bring you back as soon as it's ready. Okay guys, and 15 minutes later, ignore my stain over here. It's completed. It's a darker brown, kind of springy to the touch. Everything is hot. It has no onions if you have picky eaters. It is a great, super fast meal. 5 minutes to prepare it, 15 minutes in the oven, and you are ready to eat. That's it for me today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this recipe, and I'll see you next time.